Okay, everybody, we're going to get this meeting started. I'm so excited to have everybody here at Ladies Let's Go Fishing for our kickoff for our June Keys Screaming Reels Fishing Tournament. First thing I'm going to do is go over the timeline. Okay, noon tomorrow, we are drawing the raffle live on Facebook. Thank you to all who have already purchased tickets. You can buy tickets up until the end of tonight. We're going to do a random drawing like we normally do during our live Zoom meetings. If you want to log in tomorrow at Facebook, Ladies Let's Go Fishing at noon, we will do the drawing. I would rather do it then than take the time during this precious meeting. Our time is valuable. Okay. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., we're running an auction. If you have any questions about it, I sent everybody an email. The auction ends. Go ahead and pay for your items, and you can pick them up over the weekend. The earlier the better, because my car is really full. I would like to unload it as soon as possible. And you can either pay online or send me an email that you're going to pay cash or check during the event. Friday at 6 p.m., this Friday, we're having an informal meet and greet. I was just speaking to Skip, and right now the best place will be the Sandbar. The Sandbar is at Whale Harbor Marina. Whale Harbor Marina has 2 restaurant locations. The first one you see when you drive in the parking lot is called Wahoo's. That's the one that has the overhang. It's really pretty. People sit there and they can look over the boats. And there's a restaurant on the side that's facing the inlet where the boats come in. There's another restaurant called the Sandbar. If you drive further back in the same parking lot, it's facing the ocean. And the Sandbar is upstairs. There's a place downstairs called Shuck and Dive. Right now our plan is to have it upstairs at the Sandbar. I will have to email you because I need to confirm this with the general manager. Chances are with COVID-19 and the way they're spreading out the tables, the Sandbar is going to be the best bet. We're all going to have to find each other. I'm not doing name tags this time or anything like that. Just look for ladies. We'll find each other. If you have a Ladies Let's Go Fishing shirt, wear it. Saturday. Okay, here's the deal on boat parshers. Inshore, Judy, party of 3. You're fishing with Captain Chris Hansen. You were all up in Key Largo, so I will have you get with them because it's okay to leave from Key Largo, come back. He can measure your fish, give me the amounts and the lengths, and then you can decide if you want to come back to our informal daily awards at Whale Harbor at the dock. Sport fishermen boats. Arrive at 6:30 p.m. The boats depart at 7 a.m. They return at 3 o'clock. Then what we'll do is we'll be measuring fish, and then we'll give a daily prize for the top offshore fish because we only have 1 inshore fish. And it's going to be a bottle of Papa's Pilar. I'll show that in a little bit. Okay. Sunday, sport fish. Be there at 6:30 a.m. Boats depart at 7. Return at 1 p.m. When I say sport fish, I mean offshore. I send you an email that says offshore. That's sport fish. Okay. I told the boats to come back at 1 p.m. However, because they have a long run, if it's 1:30, it's okay. They still qualify. We'll be, at Wahoo's. We can have a drink. Everybody, can wait. But it's happened before, so I'd rather just plan for it in advance. Inshore. Arrive 7 a.m. Your fishing starts at 7:30 a.m. and you come back at 1:30. What I will do when the boats come back is I'm going to need at least a half an hour to tabulate the awards, understand that I'm busy, I may not be able to talk to you and all that stuff because I have to tabulate them. Then we'll do the prize that is like a 2:30 at the latest at Whale Harbor. If you're not fishing Sunday and only Saturday, you need to come back or send somebody to get your prize, or you have to pick it up at my house in Fort Lauderdale. Okay. All the prizes will be disseminated at Whale Harbor Marina. It may be downstairs, it may be upstairs. It depends if we need to get tables or not, and we will decide that. Okay, here's fishing protocol. I did fishing assignments. They're pretty fixed for Saturday. Sunday may change because I have 2 boats with only 5. If I get a party of 2, I may have to move somebody from one boat to the other, and we'll send you the final on that. Rules are basically pretty simple. I'm going to have Skip up here in a minute to talk about it, but give me 1 second, all right? As far as the rules, all right, I already went over, leave time, return times, basically weigh in, this is an angler tournament, but there's only top, first, and second. So weigh in the top 2 fish per boat, or for inshore, measure the top 2 fish. I will give you a score sheet, and you can put in any releases. Offshore is for billfish, that's sailfish, marlin, and such. Inshore is for tarpon and bonefish. There are no prizes for releases of fish you could have caught if it was within the slot, such as snook and redfish, okay? If there's no winnings, there's no prize. We need at least 2 people in a category to be able to offer a prize. All right, and then I'm going to open it up to questions when I'm finished. Let me go through some things, and Skip is there. I'm going to bring him up. Raffle, thank you for everybody who purchased tickets for the raffle. As far as towards, you could buy it up till any time tonight. And then we will put your name in and the number of tickets in our random raffle drawing tomorrow. The auction, when you go onto our page, maybe I won't do it right. Let me see if I could do a screen share here. All right. Here is our auction. All right. Now notice up here it says display 9 products per page. There's more than 9. You can do 27 per page. Some of them, I ran out of time. I don't have pictures, but they're all nice. The clothing, if they don't fit you, you can use them for gifts. I have drift fishing at Harbors Marina, Sea Tow membership. I have a trip to the Bahamas. I have a really nice Yeti cooler worth $269. Starting bid is $160. We're closing that off at 3 o'clock tomorrow. To bid, you just hit bid like this. You have to register before you're bidding. You can't just bid, because otherwise we don't know who's bidding, all right? And you put your number in here and put place bid. You can read about it. A lot of them have the minimum raise and stuff like that. Okay, so that's about the auction. So I'm going to stop share. Perfect, okay. Shirts, we have some new shirts. Ha! They just came in, and we're going to have as one of our prizes a pick a shirt box. So, probably half of you will be able to pull out a shirt. These I love. These are performance tanks, and on one side they have inshore fish, and for some reason my background is showing through. And on the back are offshore fish. So, to tell you what's going on, I have, okay, whoever talking, mute yourself, please. So I also have short sleeve and long sleeves. We're going to be giving it away, and it's like $20 for the sleeveless, $25 for short sleeve, and I haven't figured out long sleeves, probably another $5, but I got these colors. They all have the same print. I got blue, green, mint, and we've been out of short sleeves for a while. They're a V-neck, but they're not very deep. They're not like a low V-neck. There you go. All right. All right. And the sleeveless, I have what I'm wearing, and then I have it in silver.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of you are going to win them. Also, in the goodie bags, I have some koozie cups, and they're the really good koozie cups, not the little cheap ones that fold. And you can use those for your drinks, and also they're really good for putting in line in the koozie cups. These are like Flanagan. Um, it's invisible. All right, let me put it in front of my face. Okay, well, anyway, there's frog toads and Starbright. But anyways, these are, well, you know what I'm talking about. They're really good for putting like line in or your suntan lotion and stuff like that. And then we're going to have face gaiters. Everybody needs stuff to wear to the store. Okay. These are from Power Pole.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that stuff for you.
Okay. Hey, Skip, we can hear you. All right. So you can use these. And what I do is if they're too big for your face, I take a, well, I'm using a rubber band, but I just take a little hair tie. And then what I do is just tighten it up on the back like this. So if I just need to tighten it up a little bit, that's not the best example, but if you've got a really small face, they work pretty good. And you can also double them up too. These are nice because you can breathe through them. They're still pretty good protection, and if you double them up, they're even better. Okay. All right. For I mentioned the goodie bag, the shirts too. I'll send you an email if you want to buy them. Fine. Goodie bag pickup. Please get. I have a goodie bag with a couple of the koozies, a couple cups, and then the gator. The gator is worth, you know, like 20, and a discount certificate to Worldwide Sportsman. Pick them up early on. Like if you're there Friday, go out to me with my car and get them because I'm out of space. All right. Pick them up as early as you can. If you don't get them Friday, I'll have them Saturday when the boats leave, when the boats come back. Right now, I would like to thank my sponsors, and I am going to do a quick screen share. And the reason why I'm doing this is like none of us would be going fishing this weekend if I did not have the support of these sponsors. So I'm going to just share this screen quickly. I hope you can see them. Mercury, Scout, Magic Tilt, Seven Seas Yacht Sales, Penn, Power Pole, Fish Florida, who does the license tag, which you can get on your car. And they take the money from the state they get from the license tag and contribute that to worthy organizations. TakeMeFishing.org and VamosAPescar.org. They produce programs to entice more women to get into fishing and beginners as well. And then they have annual sponsors, you know, Taco, CCA Florida Star. You all should be signed up for that because if you catch a tagged fish and you're not signed up, you could be missing out on a boat or a trailer. Freedom Boat Club makes a way to rent boats, easy way. Costa makes great sunglasses. Sunrise Resort, we have a trip for them on their silent auction. It's good to 2021. ICOM Radios, Future Angler Foundation, Seaguar, Starbright, Frog Togs, and Sleep Optics. Okay, so give me 1 second to stop sharing. There I am. Okay. Fishing protocol. I'd like to bring up, Skip, in just a minute. I'm going to go over fishing protocol. The one thing that's really important, and I wouldn't have been able to find all you guys if we didn't have good photos. If we don't have good photos, we don't have good media. If we don't have good media, we need that to find you, okay? But like say for inshore boats, when you catch a fish, first fish, get all 3 ladies behind the fish, even if you're gonna release it, because that might be the only fish you catch. Individual anglers are good. If you have a cell phone, text me from the person who took the cell phone. Don't text it to somebody else because if you want to be on the cover of a magazine, then it's no good. Now here's another shot of a really nice fish. And see how they did it? They put all the ladies behind the fish. So we need to get pictures like that. Now this is one of the stellar ones of all time. Be creative. Tell the captain when you're coming back, on the way back, to just stop a second, pull out all the fish, get a nice shot with all the green, all the blue water in the background. Now have everybody hold it up over their heads if they can. This is like, trust me, you're going to be happy you have a picture like that. And then here's another example. I think this is either seahorse or Carib Sea. All right, there's another way you can do it. We need that shot. All right, and then for release shots, here's a nice way to do it. For sailfish, do not bring them on the boat and send me a picture. You will be banned from Facebook if you, and the FWC will be going after you if you post a picture. So, you know, get somebody else to hold it or the mate to hold it, put your face in front of them and get a good release shot. Tarpon and sailfish are not to be brought on the boats for a picture. If you do it, don't tell me, but that's the way it is. These fish are not meant to live. What's the point of releasing them if you're going to kill them by bringing them on the boat for a picture? All right, so that's my conservation message. All right, so I'm back to that. Protocol, take turns. Don't feel bad if your time isn't up and somebody else caught the big fish. It's kind of like going to the casino. It's kind of the luck of the draw, okay? The thing is, watch what everybody is doing. Watch what the captains are doing. Look for birds, look for debris, and look for them when they tell you. Because, you know, there's no sense when you're going past the reef to look for all this stuff. This has to happen when you're in the Gulf Stream and when they're actually looking for debris. Hey, Skip, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available. I'm waiting around. You're doing a great job, young lady. Terrific.
Okay, well, let me turn it over to you to like, what's it like for a big, what have you been catching lately? Let's start with that.
Say that again, honey.
Tell me what you've been catching lately.
All right, hey, here's what's biting out here in the Florida Keys. We're catching the mahi, dolphin, dorado, the fish with three names, you know, and California, they call it the mahi, and in Mexico, we call it the dorado, and Islamorada, we call it the dolphin. But we had to change that name because people think when you go to a restaurant and people say, wow, what's on the menu? Well, we like to have fresh fish. Somebody says dolphin. So we said, we can't be flipper from the old school, you know. So we changed the name here in the Florida Keys many, many years ago. I had a lot to do with that, by the way, for the service to mahi. So we're catching a mahi out there right now. I don't believe I need a shave. Anyway, we're catching a mahi out there right now. Blackfin tuna biting. We're catching a live bait called a pilchard, taking them out to the seamounts called the Islamorada hump or the 409 or the West hump. Off a marathon, actually run down there some days. And we're catching nice blackfin tuna. So it's fun offshore. And on the reef, the yellowtail are biting. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll see what happens with the girls. It depends on the weather. Depends on the weather, but I think it's gonna be a beautiful weekend for fishing, actually. So it's gonna be exciting. We're not catching too many big mahi, although drop back yesterday caught three fish in the 15 to 20 pound range. We call those slammers, but most of the mahi we're catching right now are 24, 26 inch like that. We call them heavy lifters or gaffers, meaning a heavy lifter is a fish that you see them at the boat, you lift them in a boat, and it's you're gonna perhaps put them in the boat. But if it's about that's a 4 to 5, 6 pounder. If he's 7, 8 pounds, 9 pounds, you don't want to try and lift him. We call it a gaffer. So we have different terminologies for the mahi we catch out there. And a slammer, that's a fish 15 to 20, 30 pounds. And we're catching some of those, but not too many. They've been gone for quite a while as far as a big amount. But anyway, it's wonderful down there. We're catching fish. We're catching fish offshore. We're catching fish inshore. And business in Islamorada is really, really good lately. It really is. And here we go. Anyway, let's see what else we can tell you about the fishing. We're going to go out there, catch live bait in the morning. We like to catch the pilchard. We catch the cigar minnow, the sardines, and we get out there and run offshore. And when you get out there to the deep water, you get to the seamounts, you throw some sardines out or pilchards. We'll catch the catch the tuna fish. You got to catch them early, though. You got to catch them in the morning somewhere between early and 10, 11 o'clock. After that, the sun gets right up to the point where you're not going to, they'll go down. They have big eyes and they go down. So you don't do too much with them when they get deep. Unless you want to go ahead and drop a bait down. If you know what you're doing out there, you drop a long leader, 30-pound leader with a circle hook, or a 9174 live bait hook. You put a sardine, a cigar minnow, or pilchard down. You put them down a little bit on the seamounts, and you might catch a blackfin tuna that went from the top to the bottom. In other words, these fish will be up on the top early. When the sun gets too far up top, they'll go down. So when they go down, that's what you do. You adopt yourself. You go ahead and think about it. All right, they went down deep. They got the big eye. They don't like the sun. So let's go down and lose the sun. And that's what we do. We lose the sun by putting lead, 8-ounce lead, depending on the current. A long leader, like 30 or 40 foot, a 30-pound test, like a 9174, a little brown hook, and you'd like 3040 hook like that, depending on the size of the bait, and put it down, and you never know, you might catch a nice big blackfin tuna. 3 days ago, we caught, not me, but boat caught a 35-pound blackfin tuna out there in the Islamorada Seamount. And it was, they were using live bait. They were using live bait and catching the smaller tuna. And then they were dragging a couple little feathers, little blue and white feathers, Claude said, and they caught a 35-pound. I think we might have Claude in the tournament, Islamorada. He might be one of the boats we have in there. One way if he is or he's not. He's good. He caught the blackfin tuna. That's a big one, 35 pounds. Biggest one I've ever caught in Islamorada was 1968. A young lady, not young lady, but an older lady from Fort Myers, Florida, caught a 39-pound, 8-ounce blackfin tuna on the blue chip. That was my first blue chip. And it was a world's record. I haven't had too many world's records, but that was a world's record. And it was 39 pounds, 8 ounces. And on my boat, you know, when we fish, the anglers hook all the fish. I don't, my mates are not allowed to hook a fish and crank up on it and give it to the angler and all that. In other words, we instruct the anglers on the way out and how to do it and so forth. When the rod bow's over, you go catch the rod out of the rod holder. I don't want the mate knocking you over to grab the rod, the deckhand, and catch a fish or hook it to assist. You got to catch a fish. And that's the reason when we catch a world's record, catch a fish qualified for that. You cannot have the deckhand hook the fish. So Mary Eaton, her name was, and a lovely lady from Fort Myers, I believe, and she caught that fish, hooked it, caught it. It was on a ballyhoo, a dead bait on the left rigger, and on a piece of wire leader, actually number 7/8 wire. We just had to lay it out there on the Islamorada hump. And it was 1968, and I'm not sure what the month was. But anyway, there you go. So we had the world's record blackfin tuna, and that's a big one. But the 35-pounder the other day, now we don't have the world's record any longer, by the way. That fish has been caught many times over. Somebody caught a 39-pounder. I said, I can't believe it. Somebody beat me up by a half a pound, and they did, and on and on. But that blackfin tuna record is probably 45, 50 pounds now, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, that's not that important to me any longer. But that's what's happening out there. The blackfin tuna, we're catching the yellowtail snapper on the reef. The sharks are catching more than you're going to catch. But the weather's supposed to be beautiful for this weekend coming, and I'm looking forward to some real fun fishing. And these girls have always been wonderful. And Betty, I can't say enough about, how we've been friends for 100 years, and I can't say enough about how hard you work to put this event together. You've done 2 or 3 times a year. You do it down in Florida Keys. You travel all over the place. And I have to congratulate you on your ambition. I mean, really, it's something else. And just keep up the good work if you can, too. And I'm here for you all the time. Whatever you want, baby, I'm here. Look me up on the website at www.bluechiptoo.com, and you'll see. And we've had some great pictures, by the way. I've been lucky with Ladies Let's Go Fishing over the years. I really have. One time we had, looked like 35, 40 pound mahi. And we've at other times we've always had a good time too. So I've been fortunate and lucky, and it's really lucky. You can't always get out there know where that 40-pound is fishing, but we've caught a couple like that. And Ladies Let's Go Fishing, you've done a wonderful, wonderful job for the Florida Keys, Islamorada. You go all over, south. You go to the Bahamas. You go to Jacksonville. You go up the road, down the road, and we want to thank you for so much what you do for us. Really, thank you so much.
Yeah,
anything else we need, Betty?
Yeah,
Hey, Skippy.
Chuck's here. Can you tell the
Oh my
lady,
goodness! Hi, Chuck.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
you got to move
Oh,
over
I'm
this
doing
way.
fine, baby. I'm doing fine.
You silly?
Okay. Skip, can you tell them what to bring on the boat and then how you're going to organize? Like, sometimes they take numbers, but girls, you have to understand if you have a number and your number's up and you're in the bathroom or you're having your lunch and there's a fish on, somebody else needs to take your spot. There's no time to wait. So you're going to have to understand that if somebody else, maybe the next person can take your spot and you take the next one. Don't feel bad, but don't lose a fish because your number's up and you are on your phone or something. Can you comment?
Well, Betty, first off, it's not called a bathroom. What's it called?
Head, baby.
Thank you so much. I can't believe all these years how I've taught you to use the proper pronunciation. You don't fish in the living room. You don't go to the living room. That's called the salon. And the cockpit is the place you fish in the back end of the boat. And when you don't go up to the attic, you go up on the bridge. But anyway, it's called the head. Anyway, if you're down the head and your number comes up, oh well, hey, this is all about fun, really. It's all about good time. Oh, you missed it, and that happens. I've had that happen with us a few times over the years. But anyway, it's a school of no yelling. And with our boat, we like to see you net. If it's a tuna, we let you net it. If it's a mahi, we're not going to let you gaff a 40-pound mahi. My guys, my deckhands can't even do that all the time good. But anyway, we let you get involved in gaffing the fish, with the netting the fish and like that. And it's all about everybody getting together and doing the thing. Number 1 through 4, 5, 6. That's it. Like Betty says, if they're down at the head, and you're going to head, and you're down there and the fish takes off, then oh well, that's the way it is. It's all about the end of the day, everybody having a great time. And over the years, I've been doing this for every year with you, Betty, and I tell you, you've done a wonderful job. And you get back to Doc, and the camaraderie is off the chart. It really is. And I'm so proud of how well you put this thing together over the years.
Skippy, it's been 25 years now.
Really, Chuck? I didn't know that. I know it's a bunch. I know I've been involved in pretty much all of them, but I didn't know it. 25 years. Wow, baby. You're something else.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, Skip.
Listen,
Chuck, I need to speak.
this lady here, I got to tell you what, okay?
Why?
She's
Will you
putting
tell me, Chuck?
14 hours in, okay, for the last 3 weeks. I went in to the hospital last week. I had to get an oil change.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I got my hair. I look like you yesterday. Now look at me. I'm nice and clean. I feel 5 pounds.
I can't see you. I can't see. I can only see me on this thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You'll see it when I do the recording. We're on the gallery.
We will
He's on
see
his
you later,
phone.
buddy. Okay.
Okay, Skip. If people
Yes.
are prone to seasickness, one thing to tell them is stay out of the head, stay in the cockpit.
Very good. Out of the head. Yes.
And also,
And
if there's fumes, don't breathe in. Put your face where there's no fumes. Go up on the bridge when the boat's leaving. And then what else? You know, you have charters all the time. What can people do to prevent getting sick on the boat? I don't know. We might have 3 to 5, 2 to 4. You know, we don't know what the seas are going to be like this weekend. You don't want flat calm seas because then there's no fish.
Well, here's the story. One thing you want to do, Betty, and it's your fault sometimes, is get a good night's rest, because a lot of the girls like to get down the Keys and escape from reality and come spend time with Ladies Let's Go Fishing. And they spend a little time out there having too much fun in the different places. And I say, girls, you're going to get out there because it might be a little choppy tomorrow. So one thing you want to do is get a lot of rest. You want to take a Dramamine or something, whatever you call those things. That's your thing. But mostly is get a lot of rest tonight, get a good night. We have a great party at Kickoff on Friday night. And then, you know, we get done with that. You know, let's go. Let's have an after-dinner libation and go home and rest up, because you got to get up early in the morning and go fishing. That's very important. How much rest you get the night before you go out fishing. In the morning, you're susceptible. Take a half a Dramamine. You know, I guess that's a good name for Dramamine.
What about non-drowsy?
What?
Non-drowsy stuff.
Oh, they got non-drowsy Dramamine and everything else. Yeah, take whatever it is that's best for you. And the best thing I think is a transdermal scope. It's the thing they put behind the ears. So you girls, if you have time right now, because you just get one from your pharmacy, it's got to be recommended. You have to go ahead and get it from a pharmaceutical company. And get the transdermal scope behind the ear, and then put that on. And that seems like the best thing you can use when you're out there is that transdermal scope on the water. It is. It seems prescription. Yeah, prescription. That's the word. Yeah, but you know, I guess it's easy to get. It's just a matter of it legally. You have to get the prescription for it. So again, it's called Transderm Scope, and I don't own the company. I don't know any part. I'm not making any money recommending it either. I'm just telling you, it's the best product I've found over the years. Transderm Scope. Put that behind the ear and get a good night's rest. It's more important than anything, really. And the next day, let's go fishing and see what happens.
Yeah, the other thing is don't have like a big egg burrito that morning. Just grab like a pastry. Don't drink a lot of coffee. If you're gonna drink on the boat, we shouldn't comment on it, but just don't start early on. And one thing I've found, and I don't know really where to get it, like a health food store that works immediately, is ginger candies caramelized. They look like, the dried apricots and stuff like that. And it seems like if you take those, it bubbles up in your stomach and seems to work immediately. If you do get sick, just
Don't puke downwind.
don't just puke downwind or throw up. And don't go in the head because the head's moving.
That's it, the head, baby. You got it, the head. Don't go to the bathroom doing the head. But I'll tell you what, it's funny you said about ginger root. Ginger is the best thing for it. I keep capsules on. I keep a box. CVS sells it by the hundreds. I keep it on the boat in my closet. And people feel bad. I said, hey, take one of these things. And the ginger root, I would not brought up if you didn't bring it up. The ginger root's the best thing to take on the boat, whether it's what you're talking about in the fruit kind of way or in the capsule. It's the best thing to use. And that's it. I can't believe it. You and I have never talked about that, but the ginger root is
it's a big
very
issue with the ladies sometimes. And the thing is, if you get sick, don't feel bad. You're not going to die of seasickness. The best thing is if your stomach's not feeling good, relieve it, get out on the cockpit, find a corner, and just do it. Get a bottle of water. If you're feeling sick, do not look in the cooler for a bottle of water. Do not look down, because seasickness is caused by your head rocking back and forth faster than your brain can interpolate it. So my big take on it is just don't breathe in the fumes if you can't hold your breath, and do not look down. Don't look down.
Yep.
As soon as you lose your view of the horizon, and also don't look at your cell phone. A lot of people get sick looking at cell phones and cameras and stuff like that.
We're talking too much about seasick. Forget about that.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that stuff. It's
like
going to be a beautiful weekend and no negativity. I tell you what, the best cure for seasickness, I always tell everybody on the boat, the best cure for seasickness is hug a palm tree. They're all on the beach. You'll never get seasick, but that's good.
Yeah, you know what?
So don't
See,
forget
the best
that.
cure for seasickness is going fishing again, because you get used to the rocking of the boat and things like that.
Oh,
But
yeah,
that's
you can
something
work.
I like to cover.
It's
for
not gonna be
behalf
Yeah,
of
you can
the
work it
ladies.
out. You can work it out. There's no doubt about it. You get over it. There's more fun. More time you go out, the more fun you'll have with it. But the most important thing is your diet at night, how much rest you get at night, and the Transderm Scope or the ginger root pill. Whether it's like you say, I like the other part too, which it's the fruit part of it, and that's it. But we don't want to dwell on that too much because really, it's going to be a beautiful time
we're
right
good.
now. But that's a good thing you bring up to people's memory to mention to them anyway. Really.
Hey, Skip, can you stay around? Because I'm going to open it up. I'm going to wrap it up and open it up to questions in case people have questions.
No, I'll stand around a few minutes. My wife's got to go someplace shortly, so I've got a few minutes left with you, okay?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Lisa says 10. Hey, Betty, Lisa, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
All right, so we've been duly, so everybody, if you want to see everybody who's here, you can see everybody on gallery view. I'm trying to think of what else I'm going to give. Don't miss your fishing trip. Hold on, Chuck. Okay.
Oh, there's Chuck.
Skip on
Right.
speaker view. All right. Don't miss your fishing trip. If you're late for the boat, try to be there a half an hour early. That's a good time to meet the other ladies and get your stuff organized. If you're not there and the boat leaves, there's no refunds. The boat is what the boat is. And also, I need to tell the ladies, if I missed anything tonight that you need to know, I've sent you who's fishing on what, the rules and all that stuff, I will send it via email. Okay, so let's see if I can open it up to questions. Let's see if I can, hang on one second, if I can unmute everybody.
Hi, ladies.
You can unmute yourself. There's a button on the bottom of your phone. I can see you all. So if everybody,
Look at that palm tree down there. It's not nice.
yeah, if everybody unmute yourself, if you, and if I can't hear you, you can raise your question and you raise your hand about that you want a question. Okay, Paula, can we hear you?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, please ask a question.
So during the time the earlier part of this meeting, you said that, did you say that snook and redfish, if we're fishing inshore, are not going to count?
They don't count for release, but if they are legal fish, they count for your top prize.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
release is only tarpon and bonefish. The only thing about tarpon and bonefish is, you know, you can go out for that. But if you hook a tarpon, you know, only one person can fight it, and you're both
Right.
going to be tied up for, you know, maybe, you know, who knows, 15 minutes,
knows,
could be
yeah.
45 minutes, and
And
nobody else can fish. That's the only thing. Oh, let me add one other thing too. I'm going to go back to speaker view. We have, can everybody see me? Am I big on your picture? Nod. Okay. I'm going to put this in one of the raffles, but these are cool, or you can use other things like pliers or whatever. So if you're taking a fish picture, what you want to do is hold the fish horizontally for conservation purposes. Because if you hold them vertically, it's not good. Their organs are not planned for that. So if you can hold it horizontally, hold it, yeah, wet hands, no gloves, because they need that fish line when they get back in the water. And you can click this shut and it holds their lip. There's other things, there's boga grips and things like that. So this is a way you put this on the fish's mouth, you hold the fish's body and get a great shot. I want everybody to, you know, email me from their cell phones what they get. Okay, next question.
Hey, Betty,
Yes.
can you hear me okay? For the inshore fishing, do we bring our own rods or are those provided?
They're provided.
But if you got your own favorite rod, bring one.
Okay.
Good.
Oh,
Thank
let me
you.
say something about inshore fishing. These boats don't have a lot of storage. Don't bring a big hard cooler. You're going to be tripping over it all day. Put everything you have in a nice little soft cooler. If you have like a little freezer pack instead of ice, that's nice. They may put everything that you have in their cooler, but there's not room for a lot of bags, a lot of stuff on these inshore boats.
You're going to be taking a ride down towards Flamingo, and that's about 30 miles.
Well, that's it. That's depending on weather conditions. The full day inshore may do that. That's captain's choice. They're going to go to where they think the fish are. And I have somebody on the party boat. Is she here? I don't know. I've got one person on the party boat.
We had a bad fish kill this weekend. Right, it's going on right now in Key Biscayne.
Okay, well that's not the case.
No, I know.
Chuck looks good though.
I can't say anything, right?
Okay, he's going. And he's my answer. Oh, I got to show you something else. Hold on. I added to the raffle. Let me go on speaker view. You got to see this. This is really cool. We have a rod. When you turn the handle, it lights up. It is the coolest thing, fishing day or night. So that is on the raffle, and I'm getting some more. You have tonight. If I get like maybe another $80, I'm going to add a pen as well. And it's a pink rod. That's on the raffle. You guys have a list for the other stuff. That's my basic list, but as you know, I always fill up the raffle with extra things.
I think it's going to be the can to the pan tonight.
All right. Well, okay. Jill has a question. Go ahead, Jill.
This is, well, this is repetitious, but what about offshore? We don't have to bring our own equipment, do we?
All that equipment is provided. They have the best rods and reels rigged up with the line and everything. So no, but you know, if you want to bring, you know, a little fish grip or, you know, a pair of pliers to hold up your fish, that's good. Sometimes I'll go and I don't have a rod hooky here. Sometimes I'll bring my own little fighting belt mechanism. I don't have it ready. Because sometimes these charter boats have those big white belts that are like really easy to put on. They're good for guys, but not so good for women. So basically, I like to have my, I can't get any higher. I like to have my belt like down here, so I can like pull the rod up. I use my hips to pull the rod up and reel on the way down, and then I'm not like bending my arms to hold the rod. Yeah, I'm a little bit, I got an office chair and my virtual background, which I've just destroyed. Okay, so if you have a fighting belt, even like the little ones that are like $20 at Bass Pro Shops or whatever, with Velcro, you don't have to bring it, but sometimes it's just nice to have it handy. Any other questions about like where we're meeting, the times, fishing questions? Yes, Jill.
Okay, so how do we know what boat we're on?
Today I sent temporary boat assignments.
You did?
Saturday is pretty solid. Sunday we have 2 spots. So if I get a party of 2, I get 5 on each boat. If I get a party of 2, I'm gonna move somebody from one boat to the other. We have all really good boats that have been involved with ladies.
How do we know how do we know what boat we are on? Are we told ahead of time?
Yeah, I sent it out today. You guys have to look at your emails.
I got this, all the rules.
You printed it. I sent it out today about 3 o'clock. And I will also send out a final as well.
Okay, because I don't think Val and I are on a boat yet. I didn't get that email.
Okay, if you give me 1 second, let me check it out because I have. Okay, Skip. I'm going to pull this up. It's any last minute questions for Skip because he is gotta go. Okay, Skip, if you gotta go, thank you very much.
Yeah, I do have to go.
Yeah, there was
Hey,
one.
I'll see you this
I'm
week.
gonna beat you out there. Skip, I'm
All
gonna
right,
beat
good.
you out there this
You
weekend.
go get it, baby. I tell you what, I want to love you guys. I love you all. And Chuck, you look terrific. I'm so happy to see you look so well. Believe me.
Yeah, that oil change did it.
Hey, Skip, there was one
beautiful.
time, there was one day, I remember that we booked you one day and we didn't book the other day, and you came in with a 42-inch wahoo.
Oh well.
That's fishing.
Okay,
That's
so now,
fishing.
Jill, I'm looking for you. Thank you very much, Skip. And we'll see you Friday night. And I think we're going to be on the radio show. So, thank you, Skip.
I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but Friday night we meet at the sandbar, and what's going to happen then? And we're just there for a while, and then we're on our own.
Yeah, we're pretty much, I'm not going to have a meeting or anything like that. It's with COVID-19. Nobody can be close to each other. So that's not going to happen. We're just going to say hi to each other and talk. That's it.
So then for dinner and things like, people are on there, they just figure out what they want to do.
Right.
And Saturday, same thing, or just after?
Right. Saturday, as far as the awards, Wahoo's has drinks and food. Right there. Okay, and also, Jill, I have you on Doghouse.
On what?
On Saturday. Yeah, he's got a nice, I think it's a 52-foot Hatteras. And I have pictures of what he's caught ladies. He's caught lately, and it's impressive.
You were breaking up. What'd you say the name of it was?
I have, yeah, pictures of what doghouse is caught lately, and it's very good. So, he's got probably one of the most luxurious boats there on the dock. Very nice. So that's who I have you on Saturday. And then Sunday, I have you on Seahorse, because I like to, I have Seahorse. Seahorse has always been, you know, at least Skip knows Rick from Seahorse. He's always been a top performer. He's more of a hardcore fisherman.
He yells.
Yeah, he may yell, but
He's
he's
very
yelling
passionate.
because he wants to get you on the fish. So if the captain yells at you to do something, don't take it personally. He's telling you stuff to put you on the fish. And just listen to what he says and try to do it. Remember, there's no seminar, so he's going to tell you what you need to do. And you're going to need to cast. Also, on our rules, all right? Because we're beginners, if the mate or whatever has a bait out and a fish bites, he can hand you the rod. But only one person reels in that fish from that point on until it gets to the boat.
So we don't cast for the fish. We have to somebody hooks it and gives us the rod, or we.
Well, if you're trolling, I mean, if you want to hook your own fish, you tell them. But if you want to catch fish, it's sometimes good to let them do it so that you see how it's done, and then you could do it the next time. The only thing is, if they let everybody hook their own fish, you might come back with no fish at all.
No, so it's all trolling, where they put them in the rods and the holders, and then they're trolling. Is that?
Yeah, can you comment on that if you're still here? Skip, she's asking if it's all
I
trolling.
didn't hear. What'd you say, hon? I'm sorry. What'd you say, baby?
She asked if it's all trolling, because I know sometimes if the offshore fish are not likely, you may do bottom fishing. So.
Oh yeah, no, not really. If we vary in what we do. If the fish is slow in the top, we drop baits down the bottom also. So you'll get the full spectrum of what's going on. We're gonna spend all day long dragging baits around on the top, and there's nothing to catch. However, if the fish is good on the top, the mahi and the tuna are biting, then we'll probably stay with that all day long. Just depends what's necessary out there, honey. That's all.
Yeah, I think it sort of depends. The captains know what bit yesterday. I mean, everything changes every day. So, and the Gulf Stream changes. The Gulf Stream can be 6 miles out. It can be 20 miles out. These big boats, you're going to spend all day trying to get to the Gulf Stream and back. So they might say, hey, let's go for mackerel or bottom fishing, because, if we go for the Gulf Stream and it's like 17 miles out, you're only going to have a few hours of fishing. So they have to make that choice, and you have to trust the captain because they want to catch you fish. Am I right, Skip? I mean, it depends where the fish are, and if they might troll for a while, and if it's nothing, then they might say, let's do something else. What do you say, Skip?
Oh yeah, you might. Excuse me. You might want to do some bottom fishing. The captain will make the call on that. Everybody in this business, ladies, let's go fishing everywhere else. In our business, everybody wants to produce fish for you. So we're not going to go ahead and drag baits all day long when there's nothing to catch. And we'll have other game plans, such as reef fish. You run in and catch some yellowtail, a mud snapper, mangrove snapper. You might say, well, this isn't glamorous, but the glamorous fish aren't biting, the pelagics, we call them. And if the pelagics aren't biting you, or that, we can't find them, then we do other things. The girls are going to have a good time. We all the time try and change up things so everybody can enjoy the trip, really.
Yeah, one thing is, don't tell the captain what to do. If the fish aren't biting, they are as frustrated as you are. And I've seen ladies like team against the captain and say, well, try this, try that. They know this. They already know this. If they couldn't catch fish, they can't stay in business. Sometimes the fish aren't there. And sometimes the fish you want aren't there, but there's other fish. For instance, a longest fish is going to win, all right? Or no, for offshore, I'm sorry, the heaviest fish. So, you know, and you know, you got to decide, maybe you want fish for dinner and you want to be in the count, or you know, a king mackerel might win it. They're a little easier to catch than the mahi, and they're a little closer in, right?
Hey, Betty. Lisa's got to get this off at a wedding in Key Largo. I've got to get out of here. Love you guys. See you during the weekend.
Okay, thank
Bye-bye.
you, Skip.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. Jill, have we answered your question?
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't gone out with you guys before. I mean, and I haven't fished in a while. I fished some, but you know, like when you go for yellowtail, they're not moving. So if they do that, I'll go with the flow. But what if we do catch something? I'm trying to read, if we did want to bring it home, you said bring a cooler, and you said you need to, and if they clean the fish for you, they need an extra tip, or is that included in the $50?
That's a good question. The captains will fillet your fish. If you want to fillet it, you can do it too. If you want to learn how to do it, bring a plastic bag just in case. What I've seen at Whale Harbor is usually the captains have plastic bags. Oh, and let me add this. We split the fish because it's not fair, because somebody's number wasn't up. They didn't get to catch a fish. They don't take it home. Like I had one lady like caught the biggest fish. She goes, I want all that fish. I want everything because I caught that fish. Try not to be that way. If there's enough fish to go around, just have the captain split it amongst the people, because all I can say is if you were the one that just wasn't lucky to catch a fish, you would feel bad that nobody shared with you. Everybody in agreement with that? I mean, I think that's the right way to do it.
Good.
Yeah, so everybody gets a little bit instead of like 2 people get it all and then the rest go home with nothing because they didn't happen to be up when the fish bit.
We're all going to catch fish. We're all going to catch fish.
It might
Be
be that
positive.
way. It might
Be
be that way.
positive.
I hope it's that way. Trust me though, you know, there's been a lot of times where the fish have been biting and we troll all day long and come back with 0. It can happen. But, you know, the captains are going to do, you know, they can't make any money if they don't catch fish.
Any day on the water is a
Everything
good
they can.
day.
And don't get in their face if you're not catching fish, because they're pulling out all the stops. You know,
Yeah,
they know,
any
you
day
know,
on the water is a good day.
I agree with you, Paula.
I guarantee two sales, one out and one in.
Okay. All right. I think I've covered everything, or I hope I have. If I haven't, ask me now. Oh, I'm going to give you a score sheet. The score sheets are 1 per boat. I don't need a score sheet for everybody. Okay. So you need to get those score sheets back to me. Have the captain look it over, sign it if you can. And because not only do we want to weigh in and measure the top fish, we want to know like how many, just pretty much how many fish you caught, what kind they were, and how big they were. Like dolphin from 12 to 18 inches, 6 dolphin, you know, 3 kingfish from 4 to 12 inches, you know, that kind of
We're
thing.
talking, no, not inches, feet. Come on,
Okay.
look big here.
All right. Yeah, Paula has a question.
Just one more. I just wanted to say, before you get busy tomorrow, can you please email me what boat I'm on and Valerie Ballou?
Okay, did you not get okay, today what I did was when I did my last call, my reminder, I sent you guys who's fishing on what.
I didn't get that. So if you could just resend it, I would be appreciative.
Yeah, because I have you with Skip on Blue Chip on Saturday, and then you're fishing with Chris Hansen on Sunday. Chris Hansen,
Perfect.
I'm telling you what, over the years, if there's fish, he's gonna find them.
Okay.
He's amazing. And then you'll be with Skip. And then you want to know who else?
You said that's all I got, Saturday and Sunday. That's the only time I'm fishing. So,
Okay, so you didn't ask me for another person?
oh, Valerie Ballou, she's with me. So she should be on the same boat.
Yep, she's on the same boat. I had my student intern today, and we were going through the raffle ticket purchases, and he says, okay, so we have Jill Beach and we have Paula Towel, so we have beach towel.
That's what they called me. That's what they called me in elementary school.
Yeah, so I wish, let me see, you guys are not on the same boat. But it was really funny. We were laughing about the beach towel thing.
Don't get it.
Okay, good. So we know who we're with. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the recording right now. Hold on a